Hey everyone, this is Darren Ruddock, founder of Finish Line Institute of Transformation, coach, mentor, and trainer. How do you deal with your difficulties when they come? 2 things to know about difficulties in life and at work. And I'm not talking about difficulties like major life-threatening health crises that only come once and then you die. I'm talking about problems that we face when they storm through our lives. They shake us to the core like real good, leaving remnants behind. Having a good coping strategy is your only way out. The 2 things about these problems that we should know are: 1, they're your life's trainer preparing you for something greater. The second thing is that your difficulties probably come in a pattern distinct to you. Because they're preparing you for something greater, surviving them is a good thing, but winning them is better. And the fact that they come in a pattern gives you a head start so that you can win. How do you know how well you've done or how well you're doing in your difficult times? Ask yourself this question: am I getting the result that I want? It helps to have a metric. Your metric could be as simple as the level of stress you experience when going through this hardship. Or another metric you could have is to make sure that your family is still intact after the storm blows over. Recently I watched a show on Netflix called 7 Seconds where a teenager was run over by a cop and left to die. The different coping strategy of this boy's parents dismantled their marriage. You've heard this before, that it's not about the problems you face, it's about how you handle them, and this is true. But in order to perform your best during your stress, to win your test, you need a coping strategy. So here's a coping strategy that you can use to not only outlast your problems at work, in life, in business, in your relationship, but also to win them. C is for clarity. Gain clarity. When you're faced with a difficulty, ask yourself, what do I want out of this? Stay focused on it, not on personalities, not on emotions, but on the main goal. Have you ever argued with your partner for hours, probably days, or even weeks, and at the end of it all, you're asking yourself, what the hell was I fighting for again? Have you ever been there? Have you ever done that? When you have clarity, you'll realize, oh shoot, no need for arguing. I'm already getting what I want. This way, you will definitely have less stress in your life. The second element of this coping strategy is O. O is to organize. Organize your resources. What resources? Your money. Get clear on where you'll get some money when times are hard. It could be from your savings, it could be from a job, it could be from your family member. But when you have this figured out, you will endure less stress when trouble hits. Another resource is people. Make a list of people whom you can turn to when trouble hits. You know who they are in your head. You will experience less stress in your life if you have this clearly written down on paper. You might say, when my relationship is struggling, I will call this person, who might be different from the person you can turn to for support if an issue happens at work, who might also be a different person whom you can call to for advice if you're struggling with a business decision. People in your life are key resources. Human resource is a key element in resilience. You'll need different people for different things. Remember, no one friend has all the answers. Figure this out way before your trouble hits, and you'll have less stress and a better success when trouble hits. Another resource that you must organize is your skills, your qualifications. Many of our difficulties in life stem from not having enough money. Well, do you know what's in your toolbox? List your tools, your workshops, your certifications, your education. Load up your toolbox. Knowing that you are qualified will reduce stress, boost your confidence, and give you more hope. The third element is P. P is for plan. You must have a plan. Now, this plan doesn't have to be this great thing that takes 3 years to create. The key elements of this plan that matter is an if-then strategy. Way before bad things start to happen, you must be able to say, if this happens, I'll do this. If this happens, I'll do that. If I'm short on my mortgage, I'll do this. If I lose my job, I'll do this. If a health crisis hits home, I'll do this. If you do this, you'll not only overcome your problems when they hit, you'll also be able to take advantage of them. As I said earlier, your problems are a trainer. And finally, E. E is to execute your plan. Have you ever wondered why people don't do what they know they should do? There always seems to be this gap between knowing and doing, isn't it? This is especially true when trouble hits home. You know you're supposed to carry out your plans, but you don't when trouble hits. You know you're supposed to be a man or woman of faith, but you run around like a chicken without a neck when trouble hits. You're supposed to be this great leader of your household or your company, but when trouble hits, you're beside yourself. You know why? Sometimes our life is like living in a boxing ring, and we are prized fighters. And the crises we face are our opponents. There is a prize pack after this match. Life will improve for us and our families. So inside the boxing ring called life, our opponents make a move. We get intimidated, and what do? We forget our trainings. We drop our hands, forget to protect ourselves at all times, and we get knocked down. That's how we lose our daily battles we face every day. Cope better, fail better, and you will win. Adopt this coping strategy in all the areas of your life. Share and subscribe, and feel free to share down below how you cope with your difficulties when they come. Whether it's at work or home, someone else would want to know that. Remember that life is a race. You're born to win. Get up, brush off, and finish. Your genius is in the finish.